Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is, I don't know, Wednesday. Yeah, I'm headed to Logan and Katie's. Gonna pick Logan up. Logan got hired on the Florida State Prison, whatever you call it. So he's gonna be going to the academy starting Friday, and we're gonna go get him a pair of boots that zip up on the side, make it really easy. And I really wish they had those when I was in the military. And a utility belt. So take a little time. Logan and I get to hang out, probably get some lunch and go do some cool stuff. But I'm alone today. Kim's at the house. She doesn't want to go. See, that's the thing. She loves to shop, but she doesn't like shopping for military boots and stuff like that. So it's going to be Logan and myself. But today I would like to come and talk to you guys about my opinions on some stuff. And here's a little disclaimer out there. It's just my opinion. It doesn't make it right or wrong. It's just my opinion. And straight up front, I'm gonna tell you, and I've been known to say this, I don't want to get messages from anybody, save your breath, okay, saying, oh, you must be talking about me, or why are you busting on me? Why are you calling me out? No. Save your breath. If the shoe fits, wear it, okay? If you have a sense of guilt when you're watching this and you think that I'm talking about you, I mean, maybe indirectly I'm talking about you, but it's really, I'm not taking this time to direct anything at anybody in particular. And I'm not saying that, you know, in the same breath as I don't have the balls to call people out by name, because that's not what this is about. It's my opinion on what I see and my thoughts on it. I've been around a little while. I've been around a little while on YouTube. I see how the politics of YouTube go on, and I've been around the block when it comes to dealing with stuff in life, okay? I understand very well what marketing is. I understand the concept of getting people to buy into what you're saying, okay? I don't get into getting people to buy into what you're saying at all cost, or at any cost, okay? Because typically when you're trying to get people to buy into what you're saying, there's typically a dollar sign behind it, okay? And that's not to say that I am against people paying to learn. Not at all. What I am against is making something out to be something more than what it is, okay? To me, that it just crosses a personal line with me. As you guys know, we put on the reseller rally, okay? I don't think anybody out there can sit there and say that they think that Chad in any way pumped this thing up to be something that it just wasn't. It wasn't pumped up to be a life-changing experience. It wasn't pumped up to be you're gonna learn so much that your head's gonna spin, okay? We advertised this and we marketed it as a networking event, coming together of people, okay? And when you have a lot of people come together that do what you do, you're bound to learn something. If you're open-minded, you're bound to make connections, you're bound to network, okay? And working with people, networking with people, dealing with people, doesn't always have to do with advancing yourself, okay? There's a personal level to it. Most of my friends, most of the people I network with, really network with, I'm not making money on them, okay? It's not about how many people can I get to buy into me, because each person's got a dollar sign attached to them. I think I don't know, and that's the way marketing works, okay? So, and that's when you may hear me talk about what's the agenda. What's the agenda? What's the agenda? I can only speak for myself, and I think I can speak for a few other people who I'm close with, who I trust, and ultimately that's not what our agenda is, okay? There's a lot of people that may talk about, oh, there they go, talk about that community, you know, the community isn't that great, you know, and I see what they're saying, but a lot of folks who do stuff like what we do, it's lonely, and they have a desire to be a part of something. When you have people who have a desire to be a part of something, you're going to have people take advantage of it. And what I mean by take advantage, I don't say that in a negative term. What I'm saying is they see a market, they see a gap, and by God, if somebody's not, they're going to fill it, okay? So if they see that there's a lot of people out there that are in this business that are kind of lonely, you know, not necessarily a reseller or a person that's in this business is going to see this, because that's typically not their agenda, okay? But there are going to be people who say, oh, this is an untapped market. So what you do is you see them, and I give props, because they're good at marketing. They're good at marketing themselves. They're good at marketing whatever they are trying to do. And I've seen it where people will come in to the reselling community and, oh, I want to be a reseller. Here, I want to be a reseller. And then within a year, okay, they're tapping into this market that's untapped, these lonely people. So they really try to funnel these people with their gift of gab, with their gift of the tongue. And what happens is they come up with catchy phrases, they come up with slogans, they come up with, I mean, anybody that's been around a while, they've seen it. And when they'll come up with, I don't know how many times I've heard the term mastermind, be a part of this mastermind group. And yes, I understand what mastermind means, but it's a sense of belong, okay? It's coming into you don't see any free mastermind groups, or you don't see any free secret groups, okay? And this is where, not that I have an issue with people charging people for money, but let's look at secret. We've gotten into this discussion before with your eBay business. You know, you want to be really careful using the term rare, or you want to be careful with using the term what makes something to be what's a good term? This one does not look like the others. This will give you something that nobody else is giving you, okay? Or you are just not going to find this item. And I have used the term rare before, but there's I mean, the terms like extravagant, beautiful, it's all subjective, okay? And so when you see somebody saying, hey, they're advertising, or they actually title something secret, okay? When I hear the term secret, what I'm thinking is something's going on there that I do not have access to, okay? And trust me, this is all in the marketing game, okay? Because who are they talking to? They're talking to people who are thriving, who are desiring to get something, and then when you attach something secret to it, okay? Look at, you got a group called Reselling Group, okay? That's what it is. It's a reselling group. Reseller Society, let's talk about it. The Reseller Society is a group where resellers can go to be around like-minded people, to learn, to share, to educate. It's a gathering place for people, okay? Now, we've got the Reseller Society, and there's 30,000 people in there, okay? So, we could have, when we designed that, we could have called it the Reseller Society, or we could have called it the Secret Reseller Society, okay? Do you see the difference there? When you hear secret, you're gonna hear, I'm gonna get something here that everybody else is not gonna get. So we pretty much can't put secret in it and just allow everybody in. So do we just not want to let everybody in and only bring in certain people, like-minded people that we are entrusted to, that take this job serious? No, we don't do that, because the only reason why secret is put behind something is for the dollar signs, okay? That's the only reason. And if you ever hear anybody tell you, well, the reason why we charge is because we only want serious people in here who's going to actually invest in their education. That's why you're paying to be in here. Not actually that you're gonna get something that's actually secret that nobody else has access to. Because it ain't out there. Reselling has been around for years and years and years and years. And anytime you hear the term secret with the dollar sign, run. That's my advice to you. And save your emails. I don't want to hear it. If you have a group that's named Secret Anything, I don't know. I'm not thinking of anything particular, but I'm sure they're out there, and I'm sure somebody will go to them and say, hey, he's talking shit about you. No, this is just my opinion. When I see the term exclusive, okay, dude, come on. Just if you can't sell people on what you have to offer, if you're charging money or you're not, if you can't sell them on the truth of what you have to offer, then you shouldn't stoop low enough to make something out to be something that's not, to charge them or to get them to fork it over. And trust me, I understand marketing. That's your job, okay? I get it. I just don't agree with it, okay? Like I was talking about the reseller rally. We did not make that out to be anything more than what it was, okay? And the people who attend, or the people who are in the group, or the people who do this or do that, they are the ones that's gonna say whether or not it's a secret group. They are gonna be the ones to judge it. They are gonna be the ones to review it. Most of these groups you hear that charge to be in them, typically when it's a positive review of a group, or if I ask or somebody's talking about being in a group, you know what they say? They say, it's awesome. It's a great group of people. We're like a family. It's camaraderie. And it's like, why don't you just say that when you're, they don't sit there and say, yeah, we get stuff in there that nobody else gets, because it's like, really? If you just think about it, And like I said, this isn't a bash on if you want to charge somebody for something. Be straight about it, okay? Just be straight. Be honest about it. If you can't sell people on your honesty, then maybe you shouldn't be selling anything, okay? That's why people can't stand car salesmen. That's why people can't stand politicians, because they promise you one thing and then you end up with something else, okay? And if you want to be one of those guys, the way I see it, my opinion on it, if you're doing that, then I know what your agenda is. I know what your agenda is, and I know what you're planning. And most of the people that end up doing this, they come into the reselling scene, and within a year, they're breaking out their, you know, whatever it is. And once again, this isn't a bash on people charging for their knowledge, okay? It's not about that, because there's people out there that have it. And then there's people out there that everybody else is wrong. Everybody else is a con artist. I'm the only good guy out there. That's bullshit too, okay? I'm just saying. It's I don't know. It's kind of frustrating. It's kind of frustrating because I got somebody who was messaging me, and I ended up having to block them because they wanted, literally, they would not leave me alone because I'm a top-rated seller and I'm experienced in this business, and they just want to be my friend. They don't want to be my friend because, you know, I'm a decent guy, or, you know, they don't know anything about me. They probably caught a couple videos or something like that, and people want to pay for you to take time with them. I'm just not that person. If I have something that can help you, I will take the time and try to help you. Can't do it to everybody, but it's this ego that's out there that is, I'll be honest with you, when we were setting up the reseller rally, we were scared to death. We were scared to death when we were looking and seeing what everything's gonna cost, and we're like, there is no freaking way that anybody is gonna pay this kind of money, you know, with this group of people who's putting it on. None of us are actually worth that amount of money. And then we're starting to think, we're like, it's not about us. It's about what we're trying to do. So that's why we went forward, and it was a success because it wasn't about us. There's a Facebook group for it. Could we have said, you know, look, this is a special secret group, and you can pay $20 to stay in it, and you're gonna get first dibs on what's coming down the pipe next time? No. And I don't know, it's just a little frustration. And then there's gonna be people out there that say, why do you care? Why don't you just let people do what they're gonna do? Because I don't know, I guess it's the way I was raised. There's people that are out there that are strapped, and they're looking for a place to belong, and they think that if they pay to belong to something, that makes them whole. And that it's just a sad, and that's there's people out there, and I talk to them on all the time through Messenger, through Facebook, through YouTube, through all of this. There's people out there that are thriving, and there's a lot of new people out there. And you know, I joke all the time about the Reseller Society. You know, we're sitting there at 30,000 members, which, trust me, I just did a poll, and I think only 7,000 of them actually responded to it. So to say 30,000 members doesn't mean a whole lot when only 7,000 are actually took the time to respond, okay? So no, it's not just because you have, you know, 100,000 YouTube subscribers, that doesn't mean 100,000 people watch every video you put out, okay? So, and that's just being honest. But we joke around a little bit. We would never do this because that would be called a bait and switch. Whenever we advertise the Reseller Society as a place to come, to network, to learn, to share, to teach other people, to be a part of something bigger than yourself. And you know, 2 years, I don't know how long it's been, 2-3 years that we've had it going, it'd be like, you know, we joke around saying, okay, now that there's 30,000 members, let's charge $1 a piece. Who wouldn't pay $1 a piece to be a part of something? You know, oh, that's only $30,000 a month. So, but trust me, there are people out there that dollar would drag them to the dark side, to go totally against what they said, or they would cause them to go totally against what they promised. And I'm not at that point. I'm not at that point. So, you know, to say, oh, it's only $1, man. I mean, what are you doing $1 a day? You know, it's worth it to be a part of the Reseller Society for just $1 a day. Or no, $1 a month. I'm sorry, $1 a month. That'd be $30,000 a month. Or if there's only 7,000 people in there, $7,000 a month, you know, who's actually talking. Or out of those 7,000, only 5,000 people give $1 a month. That's $5,000 extra a month. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, because my reputation and the other people who are still in it, it's not worth it to them. It wasn't about the money when we started it. It's not about the money now. And there are people who take a lot of time dealing with the Reseller Society. The Reseller Rally, we did it. It wasn't about the money. I'm still waiting on that paycheck that never came, that everybody thought that we were gonna line our pockets with. Never happened. And it ain't gonna happen, because it wasn't set up or designed to make money on. So we'll have to see about next time though. No. But I just wanted to, I mean, it's like I said, I don't want to get messages or emails, but if you're at a flea market, okay, and you've got somebody, you've got a church, you know, that's coming, you got a group of little ladies that are coming to sell their hand-knitted crocheted items, okay? They're at a flea market and they have a nice little table set up. You know, there's somebody that came by their table, and then they're like, ooh, I see a gap in this market. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hire from China these, I bought one of each, hired China, and to make a bunch of them, reproductions of it. And they set up the next weekend, and they put some big, you know, when you go to the little old ladies thing, you know what it is. It's little old ladies that sat at home and they crocheted their little things. But then you got this person that comes in and they see, oh, there's potential here. These ladies are doing good. And you'll see them, they order from China, you know, a crap ton of these, and they set up next to the ladies, and they have this awesome big sign, and their sign says these are, you know, handmade by Native American Indians, you know, or they put something, they make it so much better than what they actually are, than what these people are doing, and they do it very well. And then you have these people copying what they're doing and putting a spin on it, making it seem like what they're selling is 10 times better than what they're selling, and they raise the price on it because they say it's better quality. It's a rare material that's being used, and you just can't find this material anywhere in the world. And So people are like, oh, and it'll last 10 times longer, which is just not true. It's just not true. So while what'll happen is those little old ladies are going to keep doing what they're doing. Yeah, maybe they're not doing as well, but people are going to start seeing that what these people did, for one, they realize, man, this stuff's falling apart pretty quick and it's just not quality. And oh, I looked on the bottom, there's a tag that said made in China. Okay, so it's gonna all come out in the wash in the long run. And but the one thing that everybody's got going for them is the people that want to be a part of something. They really probably don't offer anything more than anybody else, other than it's a smaller group of people, because you're just not going to get thousands of people to fork out a bunch of money to be a part of something that's secret. And how secret can it be if there's thousands of people in it? So they're willing to take less people so they make their money, and the group ends up being about camaraderie. It ends up being about like-minded people, and you invested in your education, and so you take it serious. And but in all reality, they're not getting anything more than, you know, that you couldn't get someplace else or in another group or a private. Yeah, there might be some bolos or something like that, but trust me, in this business, unless it's groundbreaking, there's nothing new out there, and there's no freaking secret to it. So I guess I'm gonna wrap it up and pretty much say there's nothing secret about reselling, and run as fast as you can. That's all. I mean, because I don't think it's being genuine. The only thing secret about it is nobody else can come in unless they pay. Okay, that's it. And that's pretty much sums it up. And you might get a nugget or two here or there, but you paid for that nugget. So and like I said, I'm not calling anybody out in particular. The term's been tossed around. People have been talking about it. You know, it's like, you know, I don't mind speaking on this and giving my opinion. And once again, it's just my opinion. Doesn't make it right or wrong. It's just my opinion. You're going to do what you're going to do anyway, because ultimately that's your compass, not whether I like it or not. So, and typically that's what you'll hear. People, if anybody criticizes what they do, they say they're just haters. So, but I may be a hater, but I'm speaking the truth. And most people, if they take the time and actually think about it, it'll make sense to them. So that's it. Thanks, guys.